I thought I'd talk to you today about an underutilized plant, the prickly pear. This particular one is Opuntia Engellmanii, and it's Texas prickly pear. It has one of the largest fruits of this region. Ficus indica is usually the one that they use for commercial use, but it doesn't ripen in this region. So I'm going to show you why I think that these things don't, what the ripening time is dependent on. One of these is, these have fairly large pads, the Engellmaniis, and another variety of them, which is right here. It's an Engellmanii Lindheimeri. And the Lindheimeri has medium-sized fruit and more spines, as you can see, than the Engellmanii. But its fruits are sweeter and they ripen quicker. So I'm thinking that the size of the fruit and the length of time you have to ripen the fruit in your season is dependent on the quality of fruit that you'll have. I'll show you another variety that I have here, and a couple of fruits on it. This is a purple prickly pear, and the fruits on it are really small and not really that edible, but they're very sweet. They just over-ripen usually and fall off. Here's some on the ground. They have very long spines. So what I'm going to show you next is the quality of the fruit inside the prickly pear. The three different prickly pears that I showed you, the first one is the purple prickly pear, the second one is the Lindheimeri, Engellmanii, and the third one is the Texas prickly pear, the biggest one. And you'll see the different ripening stages, and I'll cut these open now to show you what's inside. So here, if you have a spoon and a knife, you can basically just, instead of like worrying about the thing, try to aim in between where the spines are on this, the little Glochids, and you cut it open, hold it with the spoon, and you'll see this is green inside. Now this sort of tastes like apple, and it's a lot smaller than the others, so that you don't really get much. It's not really that good. The seeds are a little bit crunchier than this one, but about the same as this one, and tastes like apple. Very good. These usually are even the sweetest ones because they kind of over-ripen, but you don't get very much out of them. The second one is Lindheimeri. This is what I think has the most promise to be a really important crop here in West Texas, potentially. The seeds, they are complete protein. All of these have complete protein seeds. You'll see that most of it is ripened, but right here it's not quite ripe where this part is right here. So it's not going to be as sweet as if I left it maybe a week or two longer. But it's before the first hard freeze, because if you don't harvest them within the first hard freeze, they get mushy. So this is a nice soft, and then they're really pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. They're a little bit more watery and a little bit more like a watermelon, but pretty sweet. And not as acidic. This is a very acidic prickly pear because it doesn't have a chance to ripen enough. And right now it's not ripe. It needs another month or so. But we'll see what's inside of it. See, you'll see it's not ripe. This green part will turn, this never turns purple. This is always green, but this is because it's unripe right here. That's what, this used to be the same thing right here, but it turned ripe. and this hasn't turned ripe yet. And these seeds are a lot harder to eat. These are easier right here. These are, you can actually chew them up and you can get the complete protein out of that. But here it's very hard. It's kind of hard on your teeth. But normally these will taste all right. They'll be more acidic. Yeah, a lot more acidic. And more like very tart. And as it ripens, it gets kind of a, I kind of think it's like a beet taste to it. So it's not quite as enjoyable because a lot of times it doesn't have the chance to ripen all the way. If we had an extra week or two, I think, on our season, these would be really a lot sweeter because they'd have a longer ripening time. So I hope that gives you an idea. Now normally these are purple inside. They just need another month or so to ripen. But obviously this would be the best crop if it's the sweetest here. But I think this is a good substitute right here. It's Lindheimeri. So, okay, thanks. I hope this helps you kind of understand the differences and perhaps maybe get a prickly pear for your own yard and be able to use it. You got to choose the right variety. Thanks.